Hola, buenas tardes. I know they're gonna say, what's she up to now? What is she up to now? Listen, I'm a happy camper. I have a clean house, a clean home. There is no feeling quite like it, right? When your house is clean, your floors are clean, and you can move around. What time is it? It's almost 6 o'clock in the evening. Everybody's having dinner. I get it. I apologize for getting into your day, your evening. But I think what I want to do for the next few days, I'm going to do short vlogs just to let you know what's going on. Today, I wanted to start today, but I couldn't do it earlier. So on Mondays, I do the workout, so we stretch on Mondays. So it's mostly Pilates and yoga, just stretching. And the ladies like it. Hola, Ronan, geography teacher. I'm a transgender man from Alaska who has Tourette and ADHD. I like video games. Always, how are you today? Oh, hi, Ronan. Wow, this is a channel for single older women who are living abroad. Geography teacher, that's amazing. I used to love geography. Yeah, nice to meet you. But anyway, I thought I would do a short vlog on a daily basis. So tomorrow I'm starting a new series about food, what we eat in Panama. So I'm just gonna have to get myself up in the morning and go out there and show you what the people are eating. Because here in Panama, because the city where I am is a bit of a foodie town, so you can pretty much get everything you want, but is it, what's the word they use? Is this what the locals eat? No, because you can go to Michael's, you can get pancakes and chicken and waffles and not grits so much. Grits is always a challenge, and I think there's a place that Charlotte Van Horn was advertising on Sundays, and they had like a southern type menu where they had like fried chicken and grits. I'm sure people bring grits in their suitcases, which is the best way to get it. I have seen the instant Quaker grits at Reba Smith and also at Supermercado Rey. But it's not the same thing. Instant, and you know how I feel about prepackaged stuff. But one sister, I have to reach out to her, Maria. Maria, I think she's part Panamanian, or her family is Panamanian. She is a not travel agent, but she's a hostess, the people who work on the plane, and she travels all over the place. Last time she said she was going to Australia and New Zealand, and I'm like, ooh, I'm so jealous. But anyway, she had bought me some stone grits, and they were really good, but they were yellow. It wasn't that bleach. Because everything that's white, to me, they've stripped away all the goodness of it. So and I used it a lot, and now I'm out. Maria, I'm out. I'm not a grits person. Right now, I am dealing with having some bread last week. And then yesterday I had watermelons, and it's like I'm bothered. It's like I feel bloated. And I said, Maggie, is it worth it for you to eat those things? So today I was out and I didn't do anything. But anyway, so I was doing lots of things. I was recording some of the podcasts. I like to do like a week at a time. And you think it's just like 5-6 minutes. Sometimes I go to 7 minutes. You still have to do everything that you do with the video, doing the title and the description, and find playlists. And it's not like you just recorded and it's out there. No, hola, hell, okay. Life you Denny, none know who that is. But so I was doing that, and then I was cleaning the house. I don't know if I told you yesterday. After I finished cooking, I was like, I'm not going anywhere. I was supposed to meet a couple of ladies. There was some kind of parade. Um, and then I was like, no, I just don't have time to do that. So I decided to not go. I just sit on the couch. And today, with one of the podcasts, I talk about rest and inactivity, the difference. Because as you get older, I don't know about you, but I realized what I used to be able to do before, and for however long, I no longer can do that. So I've had to adjust myself in my schedule. And when I feel like I'm tired, I'm tired. But so I decided to take a shower and go to the mall. And the reason I went to the mall, I wanted to get to secure a ticket, an airline ticket with Copa Airline. People ask me all the time, is Copa Airline is a good airline? Yes. Inés, ¿cómo estás, mi amiga? No, I don't think I want to go to Sabor. I'd rather do the one in Cologne. Cologne is having one too. Sabores de Cologne. I mean, I prefer the food in Cologne than food here in Panama City, of course. That one is Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, I can't do anything, but Sunday afternoon, depending on how I feel. And again, I don't drive, so I'd have to go to, if I finish cooking at about 12, and then I can go to Elbrook and it's a 1 hour bus ride to Cologne, and I can do the Sabores, and then I can return again, at a decent time. So I prefer to do that one. That one I think is free. But Sabores de Panama, you have to buy tickets. And, I think there was an event I went to at Megapolis. It was also Sabores, where they had different countries, had different booths. That was fun. I don't believe I paid for that. Maybe that one is free as well. But they had like Chile, they had the US. I went to one and I'm like, which country is this? She's like, USA. And I'm like, oh. It had hot dog, of course. I should have known, but they love hot dogs here too. They had different countries, a lot of European countries. I had baklava, and they had a table from Spain, and they cooked that black rice. And I saw the rice the other day. It's like a box like that for 5 something, and I didn't want to spend the money, but I want to know how they cook it. They cook it like a paella, and it's got lots of seafood and clams and stuff. So I'm like, I got to learn how to make that. Of course, I'm trying to stay away from rice, but I digress. So I went to the mall, to Multiplaza, because I wanted to go. Oh, I know, Cologne. I'd rather go there anytime. So I am planning a trip to Guatemala for Semana Santa. I want to experience Easter there, Holy Week. And then I started doing my, booking my flight. And then I had some miles, right? And I said, okay, let me use it. And I got all confused. But I always start my, getting my plane, my flights, and then you get the number, the reservation number or whatever code. And then I would go to the mall, because they have a kiosk for Copa. Copa is owned by Panama, so it is a Panamanian-owned company. So we get a lot of perks, the 25% off that you get with the Jubilado. When I first got here, I had the worst time. I couldn't do it online. I called, they said, no, you have to go on site. They have a big office. The main office I saw is in CDE, Cosa del Este, but they had one on Calle 50, 50th Street here. And I went there, and she's like, no, you have to do it online. And I'm like, well, it said I can't do it online. So it was a back and forth, really annoying. So finally, I was at the mall one time, both at Albrook, Alta Plaza, and Multi Plaza, and I saw the little kiosk. You know, they have like a little square, they have people working there, and you just walk in there, you give them your code, and then you get your discount that way. But when I try to do it this time, it says continue here if you are a senior and you want the discount. And I was like, I'm not gonna chance it. So I just went to Multi Plaza and I did that. And I think the round trip with the discount came up to $268. So that's not bad. But I was told to book early for Semana Santa because it is a huge event, apparently. And I saw them on social media. You know how during, I don't know if you experience that, here in Panama, it's big too. And they make those big, what do you call that? It's not even a stage. It's like they make a stand and then they make, it's not a picture because it's like made of stone and they make a figure of Christ and they make a figure of Mary, and then they have like people dressed in black, like a monk, like monks, and then they all, I'm sure, they volunteer to carry, I don't even know how to describe that, chariot, I don't know what you call it, but it carries the picture of Christ, right? And I think a lot of people volunteer and they have like men and then they all holding it on their shoulders like you're carrying a hearse, right? You know, or somebody, a coffin, but except this one is huge and long. So you may have like 50 to 100 people and then they practice going like back and forth, back and forth. Let me tell you, for Good Friday, the Archbishop and so many priests get in the front and they just go through Casco Viejo, which is the old city here. And then they have kids singing. They have this group of kids from Chitre, which is in the middle of the country. They're singing somber, very somber songs. And then they're going backward like this. And then the procession, the public, I was in there, and then we would just be very somber, thinking of Christ and his death. And the first time I went to, I'm like, wow, this is so interesting. And then as I was looking online, and they said that the one in Guatemala is the best in Latin America, second only to one somewhere in Europe, Mallorca or somewhere in Spain. I was like, wow. Now remember, Panama is very influenced by Spanish culture. So a lot of things that they do in Spain, they mirror that here. You know, like flamenco dancing, the cuisine, the music. Yes. So I wanted to go, and I am going. I booked my accommodation and booked my flight. So I did that. And then right next to the kiosk, the Copa kiosk, they have a store called, if you live here, you know what Elise is. Elise, it's like home good, not home, yeah, kind of home goods, but a little bit bigger, I think. And they sell everything homes, and the quality is pretty good. So I have been looking for this this plate, as you guys know, when I cook, and I was like, because at the restaurant, when I work at the restaurant, I bought them and they were like nice big square plates, and then you can plate anything and it kind of elevates your dish when you plate in there. And I've been looking everywhere to find the right size. I have a small one that I use usually, and I used it yesterday. Yeah, this one, if I do some kind of soup, I can put it in here. Something is going on. So this is a small one, and then it's round. It's not square. And then I found this one there, and I said, oh, let me get that, because if you make a salad, it's gonna be nice to have enough space for the salad and you can elevate. So I got this there, and of course I don't buy a whole lot of them because, you know, challenge with space, and I don't want to buy a lot. And that was $3.99, so that wasn't bad, right? So I got that. I was so excited. And then I think I was looking for a few forks. So I got a few forks because I don't know why. I have a bunch of spoons that came with the place. And then so I bought like 3 forks. You know, they're kind of cute. And they are, I think they were like $1.49 each. Yeah. So I am excited to get that. The next thing I need to get is a shower caddy to put my shampoo bottle and stuff. And that place that I saw at Outlook, that is very reasonable. I think I want to go back there. I was gonna go to Outlook and I'm like, another day. And this is the thing. I think as I get to be this age, I'm like, I pace myself. I don't do a lot of ripping and running all day. No. So I said, oh no, I'll go another day. All right? Okay. So I am excited to get this. I'm going to wash it and put it away. And then tomorrow, I am going to start the food tour. But it's what Panamanians eat, not what I eat or what you eat, okay? Because it's not necessarily street food, but it is what, if you go into a restaurant and you say you want a Panamanian breakfast, you have to know what's available and what you're gonna get. Or if you go to a fonda, at least you can pick and choose. But if it's a sit-down restaurant, then if it's a Panamanian, I'll tell you what you're gonna see in there. And well, I guess I'm gonna have to eat most of it, right? Okay. This morning I had to throw away so many bags. I'm telling you, you start collecting bags and it's a no bueno. So every time I am in at Multi-Plaza, I stop at River Smith because I'm always looking to see, do they have okra? Well, they didn't have okra. I saw cauliflowers for like 10 something, and I'm like, ooh, no. But I was looking for cilantro. You know, I told you that cilantro is hit or miss. I didn't even see any parsley today. They didn't have parsley. They have the curly parsley, and then they have culantro, which I don't use all the time, right? But the cilantro, they had a bag, and it was like $4 and something. And I'm like, $4 for cilantro? And the way it goes bad fast. I'm like, no. The thing though with Reba Smith is that if you see a pack of anything, you can pull out of it. If you want 1 or 2, you can break it, put it in a bag, and you take it to, there's a young man always there, he'll weigh it, and then they'll put the price on it for you. I'm so excited when I see that. So I took some of that parsley out and I put it in a bag, and not parsley, cilantro, and I gave it to him. I'm like, cilantro, do you know that guy had the nerve to put a sticker of $3.53 on that cilantro? And I'm like, there's no way I'm paying $3.53 for cilantro. That's gonna go bad in a couple of days. So I found a place and put it down. I'm like, that's okay. I have rosemary, I have other spices I can use. But I did buy some carrots, and the carrots were good. Zanahoria, $2.53. That's a good price for carrots, and I needed that. But anyway, clean the house today. House is clean. I'm a happy camper. It's very hard to find. It's hit or miss. Are you ever bored as a single? Oh my God. You do get tired? Are you here in town? Are you a TV queen? I am just so busy. I don't have time to be bored at all. But remember, I don't know if you watched my video, I created my life here where I'm always involved in something. It's not like I'm out there at meeting and stuff, but I have, hola Maria, I have things that I do. You know, like I get up in the morning on a Monday. Maybe I'll do a day in my life kind of thing. I think it's boring. My life is not that exciting for you guys to see what I do. But I get up, I set my alarm for 7:30, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, because I have to do the live with the ladies and the workout, right? So after we finish like 8:30, close to 9, I usually stay on the computer. Maybe I'm answering emails. Maybe I am, like on Monday, I send like a message to SWRA about what's happening for the week. Like on Mondays, I do have things called Monday motivation. So I got to think of what I'm going to say to encourage the sisters. Sometimes I do it late, like today, I don't think I did it. And then the next day on Tuesday, I have Health Tip Tuesday. So I got to think of that. And then doing that, I'm thinking, what's happening with SWRA? We got the clusters we're working on. We have our event committee we're trying to get to meet. People are coming in from the States or leaving from the States. I am getting my newest Spanish class started on Wednesday. So I'm talking to people, sending information and payment, and it keeps me busy. So now I'm here. It's about 6 o'clock. I'm just talking to you. Now I got to figure out, do I have dinner? Do I need something? Because I don't eat meals like that. I eat when I'm hungry. I could crack a couple of eggs. I have a bunch of tomatoes there. I could do that. If I wanted to cut my papaya, I could do a smoothie, something like that. I'm talking to family at home, on the computer or by WhatsApp, whether I need to clean the house or I'm looking at my calendar. I have people saying, I'll be in Panama on such and such day, can we have coffee? So I have to kind of see, can we fit it in? Then I'm thinking on Friday, I have an event here at the house called Fridays at Maggie's. So I have to think of the menu, dealing with that group. Listen, I am always, always busy. And some sisters would say, I need some information about SWRA. I'd like to join SWRA. So I have to book maybe a coffee with them so I can put a face with the name. I mean, you know what? And then I have to do the logo for SWRA. I have to work on the website for SWRA. I'm thinking, listen, never a dull moment. And the reason, hola Tanya, the reason I talked about rest is because I'm to be very careful that I don't overbook myself and feeling like I'm feeling stressed. A couple of occasions I was like, yeah, I have too much going on. Then I have to pull back. But being bored is never on the radar. If I want to go to the gym late in the evening, which I've been wanting to, but I haven't been able to do that, but I still make sure I am moving, right? Like today, I walked across to go catch the bus. So I'm at Multi Plaza, I'm walking, and then I walk back to get the bus and I walk back home. So I'm always moving. And if I take the metro, I try as much as I can to walk up and down the steps instead of taking the escalator. So it's a conscious thing. And when I retired, when I came back from South Africa, I was like, what am I going to do? Because I knew I didn't want to be in that position where I'm bored. That's why I created SWRA, so I can always be challenged and creative and coming up with no idea. There's a lot about SWRA that I could be doing because I am the information gatherer, right? And I'm trying to keep people engaged in my cluster, keeping everybody, in that sisterhood type of mentality, sending little notes of encouragement to people, whatever is going on. This sister is stateside. She's like, yeah, my daughter is having a procedure, so I got to send a note. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be a lot, but you got to keep yourself engaged, and I'm just blessed like that. Yep. Keeping moving, and yes, and that's the thing. It's not something that somebody is making me do. It's something that I created for myself to make me feel engaged and productive. I'm not making money out of a lot of it, but when I have, let's see, how many Spanish classes? I have 2 Spanish classes on Saturdays. I have a Spanish class on Thursdays. I'm starting another one on Wednesdays. And you got to prepare for the class. And when you're in the class, you're dealing with all the ladies at different levels, right? And when the class is over, I got to make sure the notes are done, and I have to get the Zoom link out and send the recordings. Yeah, it's I wouldn't say it's a lot. It's just keeps me engaged, and I create my own life around what I do, and I enjoy it. I enjoy it. And then on Saturday afternoon I do the live with you ladies, and then on Sunday I cook. So I got to keep thinking. Now on Friday I got to come up with a menu, because we're going to be, I think the theme the ladies chose was yellow. So we're going to have to create something around yellow. We wear yellow, we eat yellow food. That's gonna be fun. I don't know if I'm gonna do a live on that, but we're gonna do line dancing, and then this sister gave me these cards that are like thought-provoking type thing to get the sisters to share, and we're living life here. We're doing life here. But one thing I talked about in one of the podcasts is the idea of growing old here. Adelia Oboshade, in fact, she had a live today to assure everyone that she's okay, because she's in Mexico. I don't know if you guys have learned about the cartel and all that, and the burning and the stuff, the anxiety. So she did a live to let us know she's okay in the city. So Adelia had said, did you come to Panama to retire or to age in Panama? And I never thought about whether there was a difference, but there is. Because the idea of retirement is just to not work and enjoy life and do all the fun things that you didn't have time to do before. I mean, I do some fun things. I was never someone who needed to be doing. I'm an introvert, and I like to be home and be with myself and create things on my own. Of course, I do other things, but up to a point, I don't need a lot of movement and activities like that. Okay, not moving your body, that's something different. But I find a lot of joy in just doing simple things. So right now, I would say my life is very full, and I love it. But I was gonna say about the aging part. When she asked me that, and I was like, well, I don't think I thought about that being, something different, whether I'm retired or I want to age, because that takes you a little bit further. Curry chicken, yes, that's yellow. You're right. Or dal. I could do curry chicken and dal, because we do have a couple of vegans in the group. So, and then this sister didn't come to my cooking class once a month. This sister said, whose idea was it for you to do this Fridays at Maggie's? I said, mine. I've been thinking about it since last year. And she's like, one more thing on your schedule. I'm like, yeah. Yes, curry would be good. Yeah, and of course, because I'm cooking and I don't want to be breaking the bank, chicken curry definitely is a good choice. We're gonna do that. And someone mentioned, one of the sisters mentioned a taco bar. We could do a taco bar, right? And then just put turmeric in everything, make everything yellow. Oh, chicken, yellow rice. We do yellow rice. And then we can just do some peppers, yellow peppers, and zucchini, squash. Oh my God, that's gonna be so much fun. So I got to send it out and have the sisters sign off on what we can do. Fish curry, yeah, but fish is a little pricier than chicken. So because I'm cooking, I don't want to be spending a lot of money. So yeah, I think curry chicken, yellow rice. Somebody said mac and cheese. Cheese is expensive, so I probably won't do that. I can do chicken and yellow rice, and carrots and other type of vegetables that are kind of sort of yellow. And we could do tacos. We could do tacos and I don't say what else because they have to have the meat. Maybe curry, the ground beef. Wish I was there already. Can't wait to taste your good cooking. Girl, yesterday, did you watch the cooking show? I made these stewed vegetables with eggplant and chayote and carrots and spinach. But the meat that I used, instead of beef, I had like a couple of pounds of big shrimp. And I put that in there. And the sweetness of the shrimp, listen, that thing was so good. And I made a bean sauce with white beans with edamame and green peas. And then I had some couscous. And I did that. That was so good. I hurt myself yesterday. It was so good. It was so good. So I'm like, oh, I got to do more. Now I need to do more. When I do it, I got to do like half a pan so that I'll have something to eat for the rest of the week. Oh my gosh. When you have someone who cooks and enjoys their own cooking, it's a danger. All right. But anyway, in terms of aging, I feel like we are not there yet because, as I said before, with the influx of people that we know are coming here to Panama or wherever, sometimes there is not a lot of time and planning. Yes, Maria, it's coming eventually, sometime this year. You say you're retiring in Panama, but are you going to be able to age really in Panama, right? Because we have one sister who had a stroke. She ended up in some kind of facility, which is what we don't want. And I hear about another sister who's been in and out of the hospital. And being in and out of the hospital here in Panama is going to break the bank because if you don't have insurance, every time you go, you got to give your credit card, right? So that you are spending a lot of money and getting in debt. And then if you get something we don't think about, if you have a heart attack and you die, I'm not saying it's not bad, but at least there is no ongoing care going on. It's like if you have a stroke and you can't walk, you can't eat, you can feed yourself, who's going to take care of you? That's the kind of care. In addition to the hospital, the doctor, the therapist, and the care itself. And then this Panamanian answered in one of the Facebook groups, and I think I mentioned that in one of the podcasts. She said, I'm Panamanian, I am stateside, but I have family here who can take care of my aging parents, right? Whether she's paying them or not, but she has family. But for those of us with no family, she said, it doesn't matter how you romanticize it, you're not going to be able to stay here long term if you're not able to take care of yourself. And I started thinking, and I'm like, you know what? She's got a point. So how are we going to make this work is something that I've started to think about really carefully. Because for somebody like me, you're relatively healthy, you thank God, but how do you make it work when things start falling apart? When you start falling apart, right? You can't walk, you can't feed yourself, you can't take care of yourself. You need somebody close to you. So there's a lot to think about. So I felt a sense of urgency that says, Maggie, you need to do a lot more in getting, and I've always told people that's my goal, but I realize it takes time. So now I was like, maybe I am going too slow with this process. Yes. Nope, I haven't reached the 20K yet. I know. We've been really slow for the last, I'd say, good 3-4 months now. I kind of boomed with a few videos that I did before, but now it's like tricking. It's just like the videos are not getting as many views. And, I get all these messages, people from Bangladesh or somewhere, Pakistan. We can help you get more subscribers and more views. You need to do SEO and this and that. And this one says it's only going to cost you $300 a month. Well, I can't afford to hire somebody for that much money. I can't. So that's why I said I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing and not stress myself over it, because I don't want to add another cost onto my budget. No, I'm not doing that. But anyway, cookbook, yes, I need to work on it. But every time I'm like, oh, I gotta do the video today. Oh, another thing I have to do every week is the video. Then you have to research it, then you have to record the video, then you have to edit the video. It's a lot of work. Thank you. I know I will. We're like 19 to 238 or something to get to 20,000. That means we need 770 something new subscribers. And the subscriber count, usually it's because you have a video that has caught people's eyes. And this, I've had a lot of people, we just kind of, how do you say, plateau for a little bit, just like anything else. And then sometimes it takes one video, because I had one video that I got over 2,000 subscribers from one video. You just don't know. You just keep plodding around. And apparently there is a, thing to the game, the words that you use, it's just like a lot of work. And I'm like, you know what? I am not an expert in this thing. Hola, Lacey. But anyway, I just wanted to chat with you guys, letting you know I got my beautiful dish. Oh, I'm so excited. It looks so pretty. So we're going to be doing some salads. Maybe we'll do salads for March. We can do couscous salad. We can do quinoa salad. We can do Southwest salad. We can do all kinds of salad. All right? So that is that. So tomorrow, look for the video about food. I'm going to start general, and then we'll do breakfast food, lunch food, dinner food. We'll do snack food. We'll do holiday food. Then we'll do street food. So that's going to keep me busy. Thank you. That's going to keep me busy for the next few weeks. And I don't think it's going to be that hard. But again, how you guys watch me, the live is one thing, 13 of you, so it's not like a lot. But how do you do a video that's going to have a broader appeal, not just people who are interested in Panama, but that's the challenge when you do videos. You're a good ambassador for Panama. Thank you. That's what I said. Yeah, I should get like citizenship for that, right? 29. Oh, 29. My brother, he's in Harlem in New York City, and he sent us some pictures, and I'm like, ooh, no bueno. No. 29. That is a lot. That is a lot. I lived in New York. I was in the Westchester County area. And I know before I moved to Florida, it was like the last blizzard did me in. I got out of the house. We could barely open the door. And then I had snow up to here. And I'm like, okay, I'm done. That's when I left. 29, that's a lot of snow. That is a lot of snow. Or you could be in Mexico right now. We're having all this burning and all the craziness going on. Listen, the world is a crazy place. A crazy place. So you got to find your peace within yourself, okay? Don't be swayed. Don't be scared. What will be, and just stay true to yourself. All right, guys. As you know, I don't cook much during the week, so I know I have fish. I got the tuna. I got some corvina. I don't think I have anything else. Oh, I got some chicken wings. Yes. So I could do some chicken wings and show you guys how I do my sauce. I do a wing sauce that is really nice. I work with a lady who had like 12 different wing sauces that she created. It was amazing. She was really good at it. But she kept all those recipes to her chest. She didn't even want me to take a look at them because she didn't want anybody to steal her recipes. So, but anyway, it is a Monday evening. Hope you'll have a good dinner. Enjoy your afternoon. And look for my probably going to be some walking videos, maybe when I go into a place for breakfast. It's going to be in the morning. So I'll take you along, and so you can see what the Panamanians eat. Yes. You can consider making a video with places to go in Panama for older expats. Listen, the older expats know where to go. They could teach me because they're all over the place out here. Yes. Listen, these retirees are just hitting the streets, okay? They're always at some rooftop and they're going to El Valle. Yeah. And anywhere has to do with food and places to see, they're out there. They are. Yes, but there's a lot to be seen here in Panama. That's the thing. It is so versatile. There's so much to explore and to enjoy. That's what makes Panama special. Yeah, I'm still discovering. And I want to do a lot more in the interior. Like there's a place in Colon I want to take the group where they have animals that have been rescued. They have a lake. You could do a boat ride, and they have zip line. Not for me. Me no bueno. Zip line. But I'm sure some sisters would go. We had a 79-year-old who went on a zip line the other day. Girl, I'm telling you, these retirees are happy. They're not sitting down. What do Panamanian eat during Lent? Lots of fish. Lots of fish. Yes. Yes. Lots of fish. And then the good thing is fish is very affordable, even though the prices have gone up a little bit, like from $2.50 a pound to $3.50. Right? But lots of fish. And we're surrounded by water, so fish is abundant here. And I absolutely love it. I love it. So I went to the fish market this past weekend. I had the shrimp. I got fresh tuna. I got corvina. Oh, did you guys see the picture of my octopus? You should have seen the responses from the people. They're like, Maggie, you didn't want me. Ooh, in their eyes, everybody's scared of the octopus. I think I tried it. I was on a cruise one time when they served it. And I'm like, But I said, I'm going to be strong. I'm going to cook that octopus and I'm going to eat it. Now the tentacles I could do without so maybe I'll cut those off. But it's got a nice meaty part. Can you imagine eating that? It's like eating frogs and stuff. But I bought it, so I got to cook it and I got to eat it. So I did buy the octopus. I said I would. And then there was another guy who had lots of oysters, and I thought I would get clams and oysters and put them in my soup. I'm not allergic. I had stuffed clam one time, but I think it was the way it was prepared that made my tummy feel funny. But they're good in soups. And they have the little calamaris that they put, the squid that they put them in soups too. So when you go and you order sopa de mariscos, which means seafood soup, you get fish, you get shrimp, you get clams, you get calamari, you get oysters, you get all that in there, and I'm all for it. Yes. No good octopus. Oh, we eat lots of octopus here. So when I take you to eat lunch or dinner somewhere Panamanian, you're going to find octopus. And they eat a lot of ceviche here. A lot of ceviches. Not so much conch here. I haven't seen, I think I saw conch once. It's not that abundant here. Not like in the Bahamas, for example. But lots of fish. Come on, Trini. We're going to try that octopus together. I think the tentacles is what kind of gets me. And that's why with the frog, I remember this girl. She was a friend of mine. She woke up one day and there was a frog on her chest and she, oh my God, traumatized. It's the hopping in the leg that get to me in the eyeballs, right? But why would people start eating octopus? Leave the little animal alone. But it's probably gonna eat it that one time. You're not gonna find me putting that on the menu on a regular basis. It's gonna be a one-time deal. It's like chicken feet. I put it in the soup, but I'm not eating chicken feet. And my brother's like, you're not Caribbean if you don't eat chicken feet. I said, I don't care, I don't eat chicken feet. Just like I don't eat worms from Africa. They offered it to me and I'm like, They said, oh, you don't have to have it. And I'm like, oh, thank you so much, because I'm not eating worms. No, senor. If there is anything in the ground, I'll dig it up. I'll dig yucca, potatoes. I'll boil the leaves, but I'm not eating worms. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And they pick it up and they... No bueno. Mm-mm. Yes. All right, guys. When I was in culinary school, the chef would say, you know, they had like the lobsters were moving, and it's like, Maggie, we're gonna cook the lobster. I said, but it's not dead. He said, you just take the skewer and you put it through. I'm like, with the animal alive, you want me to take a skewer through? It's like I'm actually. I said, I can't do it. He said, if you don't do it, you're not going to pass my class. I said, I guess you're going to have to flunk me because I cannot do it. I can't kill animal. Oh my God! But he let me go. He didn't make me do it. I said I couldn't do it. And then you stick the skewer inside the lobster while it's live, and you throw it in a pot of boiling water. That is the height of cruelty. I can't do it. I can't kill a chicken, wring the neck, and I can't do it. I mean, I'll eat it, but I can't kill it. Oh. Uh-huh. And how was it? Was it good? Oh, we do it. Oh, they cook pig feet here. We got something. Oh, I gotta show you. You have to eat sows. Sows is pickled pig feet. That is a delicacy here. I went to a restaurant, I ordered it, I looked at it, I picked it up, and it couldn't pass my lips. But for you all, I'm gonna have to try it because they're like, I'm like, whew. Yes. There are a lot of weird things here. Sows is one of them. I think that's the only weird thing that I see. Where did I go? They had something that looked like chitlin. What did I call it? Tripe something? I'm like, I'm not doing that either. Oh my, there's too much food out there for me to want to eat those things. You know, I don't eat, in Florida, they eat, what is it? They eat shark, and then they eat, not crocodile, but the other one. I'm like, I'm not eating that either. Yeah, no. I think that's the Jamaican influence that they have sows. You go to Cologne, they make the best sows. It doesn't matter which event, like next weekend, if you go to the Panamanian food and you go to Cologne, there's going to be sows because that is S-A-U-S. That is a specialty, and they pride themselves in cooking it. They boil it, and then they pickle it in vinegar, onions, and cucumbers. And then they cook it like in big pots. People stand in line to get it, and I was like, adelante, go ahead. Whew. Yeah, and the chitlin, I'm not eating that either. But when I went to Peru, I went to it's like a food market. And then they sell all the stuff in the front. And then this chef, I took a cooking class, and he took us to the market. And then he said, stay on this side. He said, don't go to the back. I said, what's in the back? He said, that's where they cook all the offal, all the terrible parts of the animals. Because in that market, they were selling fresh meat that was not refrigerated. It was just like right there. And when it was finished, it was finished. I love mofango, but not modongo. You are right. And so when we went to the back, they had the places where they were selling food. And he said, but you know, here they do the pig cheeks, and they fry it like, what did they call it again? Chicharron. Chicharron is that pork meat that's got the skin, the fat, and the muscle, and then they boil it, fried it, and fry it again, double fried. That is chicharron. And they cook that a lot in Peru. In fact, they had some restaurant called chicharroneria. That means that their specialty. But when we went to the back of that market, they were making soup with brains and hearts and tripes and all kinds of craziness, and all the locals were there. I'm like, not for me. Not for me. I don't see mofongo here, but modongo, yes. Modongo is a specialty from Cologne as well. They slice the tripe, not the tripe, is that the stomach lining, right? And then they cook it, and, I tried it. It's okay. Not something I would have again, but I'm not against it as much as I am against brains. And my mother used to cook brains. She said it made me smart. Oh my God. They used to kill a goat in my house. I remember my mom had given birth, and that was something. And I remember them draining the blood from the little goat, and then blowing something under the skin to it puffs it up, and then they were able to carve the skin, because they took the skin and made, they can make leather shoes and stuff with the skin. And then they would just cut the meat out, and you ate every part of that goat. Nothing went to waste. The brain, the head, the bone, the tail, every part of it. Oh my God. That's a lot of oil for all that frying. What do they fry? The modongo? I know they fry a lot of stuff in Cologne, but oh, do they fry it? I thought I saw it in like some kind of sauce or gravy. And if you go to any event where Colonense, people from Cologne, they're always going to have modongo. Modongo, sauce, rice and peas, chicken, lots of fish, the brown bread. They have their specialty there. But I was watching this cooking show. That's what I would want to do. I'd like to be on a cooking show. So I need to do some more different things, like some desserts, and there's certain things I don't cook because I'm not gonna cook things that are not healthy for me or for you guys. So you're not gonna see me doing fried chicken and stuff here. I don't eat beef per se, so not steak or anything like that. You're not gonna see that. I do buy an oxtail every so often, because if I'm making a stew or something, oxtails are wonderful for that. Okay, yes, that's what I see them making, that modongo. But what do they fry here? Plantains. Plantains are huge, but I bake my plantains, and I like it baked. That's why I like the one that's almost ripe, but not fully ripe, because the fully ripe ones, you cook it like the maduros, like the Cubans do. That means that's frying, so I don't do that. But I could cook it in the pan. I could cook it in the pan. It's not deep fried, but But when I buy the one that is close to being ripe, and then I cut it and I put it in the oven, toss it in the herb oil, cook it, and then press it and put it in there again. Yeah. And that's why I said the thing I cooked yesterday with the stewed vegetables, instead of using couscous or rice, I could use that plantain and then some avocado. Yes, yes, yes. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. It's 6:45, so I'm going to catch some of the news and see what's happening out there. I don't feed myself a lot of news. But anyway, hopefully I will get myself up tomorrow and get some shots of breakfast. You can go to a fonda to get breakfast, or you can go to a restaurant that serves Panamanian food and ask for breakfast. And you're going to see what's on that breakfast plate. I remember being in Costa Rica and going somewhere and ask for breakfast. When they brought the plate, I was like, there was rice, there was this, there was that. For somebody who doesn't eat breakfast, I was like, did you eat all that? They eat all that for breakfast here. Yes. I think San Felipe and that little fonda there would be a good place to get that hojaldra, that fried bread with coffee. Woo! And there I go again with the bread. Oh my God. All right, guys. Have a good evening. Nice chatting with you all. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. All right. I'll see you tomorrow. So tomorrow probably gonna be in the morning, but the rest of the time it's impromptu. You know how I do. All right, guys. Good night. Good evening. Bye bye.